Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and however you're tuning in from. James Dow back here with another knife video. Today we're going to be checking out pretty big fixed blade. Frost Cutlery. Says USA right here. I'll go and pick her up. Says USA right there. Frost USA. On the backside, China. So don't always believe what you see at first, right? You never know. But, alright, beyond that, just another Chinese cheap blade. I got this probably back when I was, I'd say like 8, 9. I had it since then, and this was just my workhorse. I'd whittle with it, I'd carve with it, make some sharpened sticks with it, throw it, whatever. And back then it was a pretty big blade to me. I was a bit younger. I was a kid. 12, 8 years old. I had it since around then, and just kept using it, tearing on it. And I'll be honest, the paint never really peeled off as much as I thought it would throughout all them years. And yeah, has a beautiful rubber grip handle. And I say beautiful, I mean, you can tell I just used on it. And it was probably, I think I got my dad to give for me. I was probably a big 5 with him. That or Walmart, I can't remember where. But it was one of those, and we're in the sports section, So it must have probably been Walmart, But yeah, I got it. I think it was like $15, $20 or whatever. If it wasn't around that price, my dad wouldn't have got it for me. But yeah, it was my first real serious blade, like actual big fixed blade. Use it to, I wasn't starting no fires with it, but I was pretending, scraping up the wood, making little shavings, and all that, carving it up. But yeah. Just a good fixed blade. I'd say it's probably 420, 440 stainless steel, cheap. I never, I sharpen it on the stone. I never got it to a razor's edge or nothing, but I always had it at working edge. It was never dull. I never ever once, never properly. I would try, and I gave up hope right when I started trying with my stone, because I felt stupid. I'll be honest with you. Little me was like, this ain't right. I'm just gonna do this part, so I did. And I never really sharpened the serrations. Never crazy used them, Used them here and there lightly, but yeah. I always loved the rubber grip on the back, and I always loved the texture. These little dimples, kind of the, little ball type feeling it has. And you can tell I just wore on it. This was my little axe. This was, besides my axe, but yeah. My little secondary or whatever for all them camping days and just playing and stuff in the backyard, whatever, when I was yeah, good times. And that's why I keep it. It's nothing impressive. It's nothing to tote, boot, or whatever. You can even look at the sheath. The sheath is also, you can tell from just wearing, jumping around, all that. It held up, it held up. It's gotten frayed. The buttons still work. I love the buttons over Velcro. They snap, they work, they last a long time. Has a plastic insert right there. Works beautiful from keeping the blade from poking you or going through your sheath. Makes the sheath last extra long. The stitching, it's not too heavy, and I never let this thing get sun rot. That's really what kills them sheaths. If you let them get sun rot or just, stuff like that kind of. I really do believe the sun and just leaving them damp, letting them, stay wet and all that, it just tears them up over time. I was pretty good with this, even though it's a cheap beater. I took some pride in it. Yeah. It brings back a lot of memories just looking at it. It's one that I keep down in the toolbox or whatever, and I really don't grab too often and all that, but I grabbed it for another video I'll be doing here in a bit, and yeah, it just brings back a whole lot of good memories and stuff. This was a blade, and it's quintessential kind of form blade. You don't care what you do with it, you're going to use it. You need to get something done, whatever, you're going to do it. And little old me, little kid, 12, 14, 8-year-old me, 10-year-old me, all the years I had this thing, it held up, and that's what it's about, knives, a good affordable budget. Even though it's from China, it's something that's usable, workable, I can take pride in it, still recognize it's nothing too, fancy, whatever, but still yours, and it's yours, something usable. And that's what I like about knives, ones that you're not afraid to get dirty, use, and all that. But yeah, thank you to everyone listening to me ramble about. Actually, before we go, I can't just talk about a knife without doing the measurements. Here's old Mr. Ruler right here. We'll go for the blade. We got a blade length coming up about 5 1/4, I'll say. Make sure I'll get that on camera. Yeah, give or take 5 1/4, and then we got the handle, right? It's a big handle. I remember when I was little, I was like, whoa, you know. Check that out. We got about 5 and just a fuzzy under 5.5 inch handle right there. So it's a beautiful full form grip. You can get your entire hand on it. Beautiful purchase with the thumb. Just a good firm grip, strong grip. You can really point the tip. It's just a good sized blade, especially for the outdoors and just doing what you need to do. And on that note, I appreciate everyone tuning in, hearing me out on this little knife. Catch y'all next time.